Shit. It ain't never gonna drop. Huh. Hmm. Oh man. Oops. Good boy. Oil power. true avian power right here. How did I miss this scroll? Huh. Hey, what's going on, Wingless Flame? Well, I would be happy to help you. But, I mean, I am playing on 5BC, so a lot of the things that I do might not apply to you. But if I have any general tips, I'll let you know. So typically I would go to whatever biome is incentivized. In this case, Castle Outskirts. I don't really like the Castlevania DLC levels. They're kind of boring in my opinion. So I might do Arboretum. How do I have so many cells? Oh, well, at 5BC you get about 1,000 cells every run. And I have nothing to spend them on, so I think I have a 2-win streak right now. I think I've had close to 10,000 and then lost them all. So I think... Although you've never been there, huh? Let's stick to a path you've seen. I've had 2 million gold as well. But gold doesn't carry over. You can only carry over 2,500 between runs, but I've made 2 million in one run. All in all, I would say the Castlevania DLC is really good. There's a lot of content, a lot of good weapons and skills too, but the levels themselves are like, they're basically the same every time. There's a little bit of variation, but the layouts are almost identical every time. So all this is useless because I'm running purple. I really want to replace these ice shards. They're kind of terrible, but I can make them work. And use networking, which will mark any enemy hit with a ranged attack, and then any marked enemies will share their damage. So even though it doesn't do much damage, shoot, I should just go to the bank. Can make some money here and get some good weapons. Early banks are rough though. The whip sword. I'm not a fan of the whip sword just because it takes 2 slots. It feels really good when it hits, but to give up a shield slot, it's got to be something special. The nail, though. Oops. Shoot. I'm not really a fan of the nail as a regular weapon, but when you use it with very specific other weapons, you can really break the game. So you'll see all those enemies got marked, and now they're all sharing their damage. And I'll just let them follow me. Oh, perfect. So one thing you're going to have to start doing is just take every cursed chest and just learn to play perfectly for a little bit. There's ways to mitigate curses, but you really need all the scrolls you can get. Not so much at your difficulty, but... Oh, I really cut it close there. But the sooner you get comfortable with it, the better. Skill shop. Look at the teleporter. It would be nice if they would, but the devs have been done with this game for a long time. In fact, they've said they're never going to update the game again because they don't want to take away from the game they've been working on. So unless they finish, I don't even remember the name of the game. Whatever the game they're working on, they decide maybe they'll come back, but I doubt it. If anything, I would expect a sequel before an update to this game. And I definitely don't expect a sequel. Ooh. So you see I screwed up there and I was going to take a hit, so I just grabbed that scroll and that protected me from damage. Really? Level 3 already? Woo! I'd love a weapon that does some damage. This is taking entirely too long. I do have everything in the game. I played this on the Nintendo Switch for a long time, and I totally 100%ed that version. Actually had the PC version originally, and then just kind of switched over. But then when I wanted to start streaming, I just switched back to the PC. So I have a lot unlocked on here, but... Well, I have everything unlocked on here. I don't have all the outfits. There's a lot of tough challenges tied to those. But I did just get the last achievement yesterday, actually. Later, Ming. Alright, so that was a skill shop. I don't want a skill. Definitely need a new weapon. So hopefully this will mimic. So in the bank, there's guaranteed mimic. One of the 3 shopkeepers will be a mimic. And if you kill the mimic, it will upgrade the item that you buy. So ideally, I want it to be my weapon. Ooh, Hokutos. Could make that work. We could make that work. Has piercing, that's nice. Let's do it. Okay, so it's not a mimic. You'll know it's a mimic because it'll buy this automatically. You won't be able to compare it or select a slot. So that's unfortunate. It might be the skill shop merchant or the food merchant, which I don't really care if it's the food merchant. I don't need any help and I don't need any flasks. Probably notice all the enemies will teleport to me on 5BC. Which can make things more difficult, but it can also be used against the enemies. Oh, your shop's probably, you don't have merchandise categories unlocked, so it just gives 3 random pieces of gear, right? Once you get merchandise categories, you can pick from brutality, tactics, or survival. And then also unlocking the re-rolls is really helpful, because then you can roll. That dude got forced under that gap. I don't think I've ever seen that. I just want to tag everybody in this room, bring them up here, switch to the chicken, and then everybody shares that damage. Yeah, it's honestly one of my favorite skills in the game. I've done a whole run of 5BC with just Poyo power, and it's pretty strong. I should have oh no. So, you know what? I should probably check. If it's a skill merchant, maybe I get an upgraded Poyo power or something. It would have been this shop. Or an upgraded owl. Yeah, I used to struggle a lot with those, but the nice thing is with the platforming sections is practice, you know? Once you memorize the sections, they're pretty easy. So I can get a Poyo power. So mine's a 4. This is gonna be, it's showing a 9, no, I'm sorry, an 8, but it's probably gonna be a 9 or a 10 after the upgrade. And it's not a mimic. So it's the food shop merchant. That's pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna go down just to, wait, it was the next floor, huh? Just to clear it out and look for scrolls. But actually, I don't think scrolls can spawn on the basement because there's the pay door. But I could be wrong. Ooh. Oh, going above. So those gorgers, oh shit, I fucked up. You know, I was really lucky they exploded under the ground, so that didn't hit me. That could have just killed me. But I was just gonna say those, the golden gorgers, they transform, obviously. They absorb the gold of any enemies that die nearby. You'll see, usually there's bats around. It's because the bats drop a lot of gold. Oh, it's all controlled chaos, though. But yeah, if you can get the bats to explode without killing them, and then if you can eliminate the gold gorgers as nearby first, you'll see they spawn a lot more gold, and you can make a ton of money. They honestly, these enemies don't have a lot of HP. I just don't have a weapon that does any damage. I'm just supplementing it with the chicken. Ooh, we got a Hokuto's anyway. Alright, so we're going to activate this. We're going to grab the turkey. I'm going to go chicken mode. Maybe I just do chicken now, and as soon as I come out of it, I grab the turkey and he'll spawn. Yeah, they're pretty intimidating until you learn their attacks. The best way to fight them is to be right in front of them. They won't do that ground slam. They'll just try and punch you typically, and their punch is real slow. It's like a 2-hit punch, and you can roll behind them, and that's a good opportunity to get damage on them. But obviously, when you're fighting a whole bunch of enemies at once, it can get a little chaotic. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do... So as soon as I come out... Oh, no. He was still invulnerable. That's unfortunate. Al's doing work, though. Come on over here, buddy. Woo! Oh, shit. I got lucky on that second parry. We'll eat the one, we'll save the other. The ship area. The shipwreck biome on the way to the Queen, is that the one you're talking about? Or the barrel guys in the distillery. Because both are pretty annoying. Oh, you don't know about the Queen? The boss of the Queen in the Sea DLC? I thought I thought you mentioned something about going to the lighthouse, right? Because the lighthouse is a boss fight just before the queen. Could be wrong. Maybe it was somebody else. I've been watching a lot of people play Dead Cells lately. Just trying to avoid working. Yeah, so the lighthouse is right before the queen, and it's a rough one. What do we got? I'll take it. Honestly, anything over this. It really sucks to be a tactics build with a melee weapon, though, so as soon as I can change, I'm gonna... yeah. We'll run the gauntlet. Yeah, honestly, your gameplay seems solid. I think if you get a good grasp of how you should be leveling your stats, you'll be just fine. Because obviously you beat 0 BC with no knowledge of how to level. And don't get me wrong, I love a good max HP build, but it's not a good way to play until you're like really seasoned in this game. And we're done. No, thank you. I don't need that much health, so I'm just gonna sell this. Consider it a return on my investment. Although this is going to get me to 100%. Not really benefiting from that at all, though. Yeah, I feel like the Hand of the King usually goes two different ways with two different types of players. You either get players that just power through it and can't believe how easy it was, because it is like really easy on 0 BC. And then players that get hit once and then just flail around, and I see so many players just jumping around and rolling and they have no idea what's going on and they just don't fight back. And then they lose and think the game's too hard. But you could really just stand right in front of them and just smack them. He really doesn't do much damage. And knowing about the rally mechanic where you recover HP is really important. Because as long as, with any like slow attacking, hard hitting boss, as long as you can hit them after they hit you, you can get most of that health back. So sometimes being aggressive is a lot better. So I don't need networking anymore, so I'm just gonna reset now. I'm gonna take Frostbite. Nothing in tactics is really gonna help me. I could do this. So with heavy weapons, you'll see my scissors have an effect. Victims slow down all nearby enemies when they die. On 4 and 5 BC, enemies teleport to you if you damage them, and they'll follow you. You've probably noticed. So with Frostbite, it's going to spread Frostbite all around to all the enemies on my screen when I kill something with the scissors. and it's going to force all the enemies to come to me. With the scissors, if I kill anything, everything that got hit by that attack will die. So having big groups of enemies is actually better for you. And then I took Tactical Retreat because it basically does exactly the same thing. It's just going to spread slow to everybody on screen. So it's just another way to pull enemies in for my scissors. You now have access to Corrupted Prison and Prison Depths. And that's another biome you're going to want to go to every time. It's just an extra biome. You can see here. And it always starts with Curse Chests, which you should be taking, because you want those extra scrolls. My build kind of dangerous, but see, I should be alright. Oh, I need a new controller. So honestly, the play here while I'm cursed might be to just use this and let my owl do the work. I don't really want to pull, because I could pull something really deadly into me right now. Come on, owl. Do your damn job. Thank you. That's why I hate pets. Serenade? Yeah, I love Serenade. That's the only pet I really like. All these other pets, they just irritate me. Like, bro is really taking his time. Cool. Now we can go ham. Ooh, close one. So you see there where I killed the dummy and it killed the goo monster as well. Cut him right in half. I wouldn't mind getting rid of the owl. Really not a fan. Of course they want to give me an upgrade. I don't really want an upgrade. Magnetic Grenade could work. Cards are probably the safe bet, because I am playing tactics. Very squishy. Let's do it. Spreads oil, that's kind of nice. But I think I'm just going to use Foresight. Ooh, 40% electrified targets. That and spreading oil and burning when they die, that's a good justification for using electrodynamics. A lot of good benefits. And it helps with the chicken mode. Oops. A double damage vampire killer. Interesting. I like its attacks. And bonus to electrify. If I can get a source of bleeding, that thing is going to hit real hard. Yeah, sorry, Scissors. You were fun for a little while. Yeah, that hits hard. Chicken's nice. I haven't got a single challenge rift so far. I'm starting to feel a little cheated. Alright, let's grab that chicken. Unfortunately, it has malaise. So you may have noticed an orange bar above my health. That's a mechanic that's introduced in 5 BC. It's Ancient Sewers. And every notch on that bar makes the game just a little bit harder. And it fills up over time if there are enemies on the map, and the more enemies there are, the faster it fills. So you're really incentivized to play as fast as you can to keep that lower. Gotta re-roll again. I'm still melee tactics though, which is unfortunate. Not a whole lot here that's gonna help. Does get bonus damage to bleed. I might just take open wounds. Yeah, that's the smart play. So open wounds is going to apply bleeds to my attacks, which I'm pretty sure this is melee. Some of the whips are ranged attacks. Let's hope that one's a melee. And then I should probably take recovery because I'm taking double damage. Recovery is going to extend the amount of time I get to recover health when I get hit. And with tactics, when you get hit, if I get hit, I'm going down to 1 HP. So being able to dig my way out of that is pretty useful. Oh, shoot. No. Man, this is tricky. Yeah, but they're all useful in some way. Sometimes, like right now, I mean, there's a few that I could just take that'll be fine. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I'm not thinking of that could be pretty helpful. I don't really think so, though. So I'll probably just take my fallback, which is gastronomy, which is going to increase how much health food gives me. Since on 5 BC you're not getting any free health flasks. So your main source of healing is going to be food or a healing mutation. The tactics doesn't really have any healing mutations. Alright, so I don't know if I'm applying the bleed because everything's just dying in one hit anyway, so that was kind of a waste. But if we come across any elites, we'll find out probably. I would like to know for the boss. Oh, yep, it works. Sweet. Is there a skeleton boss in the game? Yes, there is, actually. So I'm getting, so I'm already doing double damage with the double damage curse on it. And then I'm electrifying them with electrodynamics. I'm making them bleed. So that's another double damage. This thing is going to hit real hard. If you ever see bushes in the walls, that means there's a secret. You might see one or two, but if you see like a lot of them, That's a good indicator. Oop. Mushroom. They are toys. They're toys to help you practice and learn the game, so you can get to this point. But no joke, like, just the regular green zombies, like the very first enemy you run into, they hit real fucking hard. Like, you can't underestimate the very first enemy in this game. There's a secret over there. Next time you're... I'll do it. I don't really care about the kill door. Probably gonna get poisoned to do it, but that's fine. Keep an eye out. You're gonna find a corner like this with a secret. Hey, I thought I avoided the poison. Yeah, there's a blueprint in here. Ooh, Spartan sandals. Wouldn't mind that parry shield. I might go back for that. And then I'll swap Gastronomy out for Armadillo Pack, which is probably a mutation you'll want to get ASAP. Oop, didn't see the bomb. Secret here. If I could find the entrance, there it is. Wolf trap, eh. The mutation is called Armadillo Pack. You get it from killing the thorny, spiky guys. You may have already got it, actually. I don't know if you've unlocked it yet. But it allows you to add a parry to your roll as long as there's a shield in your bag, and based on the shield you get whatever the parry effect from the shield is. It's really good. I think people think it's better than it is. A lot of people rate it like one of the best in the game, and I don't necessarily think it is, but it's good. Still haven't had a single challenge rift. Hopefully, we get some in the late game, or I'm going to be pretty low damage. It's tempting. I do enjoy some Fire Blast. Bro, I'm playing pretty slow right now compared to what I usually do. Gotta be kind of careful with tactics. Because just a little hit like that hurts. We're gonna leave the food though. It's gonna be an 85% heal, 83% I guess, with gastronomy, so I want to make sure I get the full value out of that. if possible. This is pretty slow. You can tell by my malaise bar. Ideally, it should be at 0. You tend to build more malaise in the early game just because you don't have a lot of scrolls yet, so your damage is kind of low. You'll see after the first boss, I'm really going to start snowballing out of control. I did mention 15, right, as the pretty standard amount. I mean, that's going to be lower. You're at 1 BC, so you don't get scroll fragments. Every 4 scroll fragments, you get a free scroll, so this would be a little lower. You'd probably be like 12 is probably a good number to shoot for. But I also haven't got any challenge rifts, so it's still a little low. You know what? I'm not going to spend any money. Just grab the chicken and bounce. Oh, you know what? I want that parry shield too. So you'll find a rune on the ground and it'll say activate and it'll spawn a portal. This is why I told you to turn on the outlines, secret outlines, because it makes it easier to see them. Without the secret outlines, those things are really hard to see. And on 5BC, you have to play fast, so you pretty much miss them all. And it takes you to, it's just like platforming challenges. You get a scroll out of it and a necklace, and you just run through. It's basically just like the little challenge section of the bank. Except you don't start over if you get hit, you just take the damage. Pretty deadly when you're not used to them, but every scroll counts. Oh, the outlines are huge. It's one of the things I suggest to everybody that starts playing the game. I've had one person that was like, nah, it feels like cheating, but I feel like everybody's pretty much on the same page. It's kind of just mandatory. I feel like it doesn't really help that much with the food and the gems, but for challenge rifts, I would never see them. My eyesight's not that good. Forgotten Sepulchre, one of my favorite biomes. I know it well. I love that biome. I'm still working on it. There's an option in custom mode to add that mechanic to the entire game. And I've been trying to beat a run. The problem is the mechanic doesn't work as well. Because it's supposed to place a lantern like just far enough so that you can get to it without getting hit. But in the rest of the game, the biomes are bigger, so it doesn't quite register the distance properly. And I've gone into like boss fights and shit where there just wasn't a light. It's like, oh well, sorry, you just lose now. I should probably pay attention. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing over here. I should have taken Armadillo pack. I totally forgot. What the hell? He popped twice. Or was it 2 different tentacles? Maybe it was 2 different tentacles. No, that was twice. cheating today, Conjunctivius. I don't appreciate it. It's gonna be Curse Graveyard. No, alright, let's do it. In fact, I'll be hitting the Sepulchre right now after this. Oh yeah, parrying is pretty essential. Yeah, let's do... You know what, I don't even think the open wounds matters. Keep recovery. And we'll do Armadillo Pack. And I'll probably just stick with Gastronomy. Because I do appreciate the heals. Yeah, the sooner you can learn to parry, the better. And I recommend don't rely on the little exclamation point. Kind of learn the sounds. For me, like, the sound is a lot easier. Like, most enemies are going to attack about a second after they wind up. And they make a noise right before. Scythe Claws, no thank you, not worth my time. So bosses are... ooh. Okay, now we're going to play fast. Bosses are always on specific stage numbers, right? So if every first boss is going to be at the same level. So you got your first stage is Prisoner Quarters, second stage is any one of these. Then you got 2.5, the 2 extra biomes, then 3. So a boss will always be on this 4th stage. So if you just fought a boss, you won't fight a boss again for another 2 stages. And then, so you got your second bosses, and then 1 stage into your 3rd bosses. And then if you have any additional bosses from there. So I got 1 more stage after this, and then a boss. And I'll let you... Well, I don't know. Do you want to be spoiled? Because I could easily just go fight Timekeeper. Well, actually, I have 3 options of bosses. I'd fight Timekeeper, I could fight the Skeleton boss, or I could fight the Scarecrow, which is a DLC boss. So the Assault Shield, obviously if you tap it to parry, you do a little dash. It can bump enemies, which is really the main use for it. The parry on it, not so much. But if you press to parry and then roll at the same time, as long as you press parry slightly before, it'll propel you really far. Now this won't parry anymore. Well, normally it wouldn't parry anymore, but it'll count as a roll, so you'll be invulnerable, and it'll still push enemies. But what you can do is you could take Armadillo Pack, since that's going to add the roll parry in your backpack to your roll. See how I'm getting a parry now? That will add that parry back to the super dash, and it'll use the parry shield's parry, so the parry shield is going to duplicate projectiles that I parry. Ooh, you jerk. So see how I'm using recovery to have a lot of time to recover my health? That hit would have taken like 80% of my health away, but recovery kept it orange for longer, so I could get most of that health back. So even though I'm taking double damage, I don't really take that much more. Scarecrow used to be like my most hated boss. For a long time, he would just beat my ass. But then I started learning how to parry, and then I realized, like, oh, this boss could be beaten just with a shield. Yeah, I guess there's enough enemies left. There's probably an elite in the mix. I feel like I haven't seen an elite in a minute. I'm going to switch to Foresight. Yeah, exactly. I've never played Bloodborne myself, but every time I bring it up, people mention that, so I assume it's a very similar mechanic. Alright, let's grab that curse chest. So Foresight, I don't know if you have diverse deck yet. It's a like early unlock, I think, from Prisoner Quarters. It's just random. One of the collab items. But this card lets you take a free hit. And if you take a hit, then you have to kill 8 enemies and you can take another free hit. But that's going to keep me safe from the curse if I get hit. It's probably something invisible. It's showing 2 enemies there on my map. I'm a little scared because I don't know what it is. Oh, it's just a rat. I love the theme of Undying Shores, though. It's a really cool theme. Woo! No, thank you. So I think we're done here, right? I could go check that shop real quick, which I may as well do. So what do you think? What's it going to be? Scarecrow, Skeleton, or Timekeeper? It's a skill shop. I don't know that I really even want anything here. It's a nice knife dance. Yeah, why not? Let's make things faster. Alright. So the typical route would be to go there, which is the cavern. And you have to bring a key there to get in, but once you've unlocked that, you can get to this guy from, well, it's behind a boss cell door. So you may have noticed now you can open certain doors. For you, it's any door that has 1 boss cell on it. I think by 3 BC you can get through most of them, and then you can kind of do different routes. Ooh, extra damage, burning oil, and bleeding. That's a big upgrade. Oh, you've gotten the cavern key, but you haven't been to caverns, I'm assuming? Well, I guess you couldn't if you haven't been to graveyard. So yeah, make sure you have to get it every run until you open that door, I believe. So you have to go back through that cave door at the start and grab it again. But you can get there now that you have the wall run. Interesting. This is the weapon that you'll get from Ancient Sewers, by the way. The one where I was telling you there's a hidden blueprint there. Yep, you can get anywhere in the game now. Well, you can't get to the final secret biome. You can only do that on 5BC, but anywhere that you can get traversal-wise. Oh, I gotta get to a light. Shit. Okay. Make this as confusing as possible. Yeah, those mummies, they will ruin your day for sure. I would say they're the most dangerous enemy in the area for sure. So I'm going to drop down, I'm going to push everything together with my assault shield, and then I'm going to pop my knife dance. And everything bleeds to death. Oof, that's why they're so dangerous. You know, I want to switch back to electrodynamics, but Foresight's just saved me like twice from getting hit. And I don't know that I need that extra damage. That's a good question. Probably. I'm sure something very similar. There's so many of the default skin color palette swaps that I have no idea which ones they have. But there's definitely plenty of black. Could I be persuaded to swap out? Spartan Sandals could persuade me. Just for the laughs. If I'm gonna fight the skeleton, this wouldn't really work. But it's so fun. Ooh, Thunder Shield. No, you can't see that. 5BC only. So I always just check. You know, it's kind of my fault that I haven't gotten any challenge rifts yet. They could be inside of these doors. But yeah, you can check on the map. So I know it's a treasure one. Oh, and this is a really fun one. Oh, man. Woo! See? Foresight again. Just saved my ass. I'd have taken a ton of damage there. I don't know if I... It's not responsible to show you this, but... I'll show you a little trick. You may not even have lightning rod. Normally, you place down a lightning rod, and then when you place the other lightning rod, everything between the two rods gets electrocuted. Now what it doesn't tell you is it actually draws a box. So if I put one rod here and one rod here, it's going to draw a box, and those two rods are going to be in the corners of that box. You might be wondering, okay, well that's cool, but like, what's the big deal? Well, what it means is I could drop one here, teleport to here, and anything inside of that box is going to take damage. I don't think there's any... Oh, there was a lot of enemies. So I just killed 20-something enemies. Looks like I activated an elite as well. So we'll just wait again. Rinse and repeat. There's another 10 enemies. Elite's still alive. That's why it's all red, but whatever. I'm not going to keep that, though. It's not good for bosses, really. Yeah, if you path through a map, like certain maps, it's really good. Dracula's Castle is really good because it's a big X. So you just go from one corner to the other corner, and then you can clear most of the map. Fractured Shrines is the same way. It's just a big X. So if you go to the right maps, you don't have to do anything. I've killed, I think, 80 enemies in a single use. So I'll probably switch over this, just because I want the consistent bleeding. I think you get that from an enemy in Undying Shores. Could be wrong, though. Now I gotta just run through here and pick up all the gold. Is Dracula DLC? Yeah, he's part of the Castlevania DLC. And if you don't have the DLC, I really recommend getting it. It's like another $10 usually when it's on sale for all of them. And it just adds a lot more options. Woo! I could go fight Dracula, actually. This is a pretty good build to fight him with. And I do have the Vampire Killer. I mean... Oh, you don't own the game? Or you just, like, streaming, is it like the Netflix version or something? Or a Game Pass version? Alright, so... Okay, so if you get to 2 BC, you can skip to the... Well, we'll keep calling him the Skeleton. From Sepulchre, which is my preferred path. I don't really like caverns. It's too big. Ah, PlayStation Plus. Well, be careful. The game is most likely going to get its hooks into you. It's very addicting. But it feels really good to play it and to get good at it. And there's so much variety. I don't actually want the assault shield for this fight. It may not even come to the point where I'll show you why, but so this is the giant. Oh, here we go. So this is why I didn't want the assault shield, because if I use it right here, I'm going to dash right into those lasers. Now, if you don't have a shield and he does this laser, it's a jump puzzle, so you just jump over. Could be different patterns, too. But having a shield definitely makes this a lot easier. Oh, that's a rare attack. Oh, man. I haven't seen that attack in ages. Usually this boss fight doesn't last this long. Excuse me, Acrobat Pack, where were you? Or sorry, Armadillo Pack. It does have a cooldown though. So you can see I can't just keep spamming the roll. I should probably switch to Electro. Man, I am really underpowered right now. I might swap here. If I'm gonna be weak, I may as well have a ranged weapon. And it is a good one. You know what? Nah, we'll stick with it. Shit. What the heck? Give me one moment. Sorry about that. Shoot, I just realized what time it is. Might need to hop off here in a minute. I'll try and finish this run out real quick. What's to the right? After the giant, you could skip straight to Hand of the King. But I'm very underleveled right now. So that would not be wise. You get 2 scrolls, but I can get a lot more. And I need them. And I want to fight Dracula. I'm gonna kind of speed run too because I got things to do, so I may lose this. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't parry. Ah, necklace. It's those guys, right? Those guys and these guys. Oh my god. Nightmare for me too, apparently. Jeez. It's scary to not have enough damage to just kill him before he can spin. I'm very weak. If I can get enemies burning, maybe that's what I need to be investing in. Bro, relax. So I got the green key, right? Getting those spikes. He didn't die in the spikes? Jeez. Nope. Ooh, almost right into the spikes. Just need red door. Scroll fragment. He just wants a friend. Here you go, buddy. Ooh, that's a dangerous elite. Those boxes, they hurt. So how can I get Dracula burning? This thing should automatically crit Dracula, if you ask me. What about a keep area? Oh, shit. pop a flask. Why are you spinning if you don't know I'm here? Oh, shit! Yeah, I kind of launched that the wrong direction. Whoopsies. Ooh. Fuck, I shouldn't have popped that flask. There's so much food. So if you ever see this lore room, it could be on any biome. There's always food in this bag. It's always a chicken. You talking about the doors? Shit, I need something to set Dracula on fire. I don't think I'm gonna find anything here. Definitely not. How have I not popped Explorer's Ring yet? You know, my headset's dying. I'm trying to get this ended quickly. Wow, an upgraded double damage. It has all the same affixes too. Actually, it's better because it has arrows. I mean, why not, right? This could be good. This could be real good, actually. So I think... Oh, shit. I probably rolled it. Oh, no. I shouldn't have rolled through these. Shit. Does it work with Cocoon? Damn it. I could check that treasure chest. What do we got over there? Poyo Power. Whatever, I could still make it work. Damn. It's pretty good Poyo Power, though. Pretty good indeed. Damn, this could give me the burn, though, for the... Did I already sell it? I did. Oh, well, we're sticking with this now. That would have gave me the burn for the vampire killer. Might have been the way to go. But here's what I'm thinking. The eggs from Poyo Power are melee attacks. So if I use a catalyst card, I can apply poison, which will increase my egg damage by 80%. And that's a lot of damage. What can we do here? Extra ammo. I'm not at max HP, that doesn't help. That'll help. So, we're going to take Armadillo Pack because it's going to wreck Dracula. We're going to take Ranger's Gear because this will apply 10,000 damage to every arrow from my magic bow. Master's Keep, yeah, this leads to Dracula. But what about my final mutation? Maybe I just stick with damage and take point blank. Yeah, why not? Get on Catalyst. Okay. And there's Armadillo Pack putting in work. Ow. Oh shit. Oops. I don't know why I took Scheme. This is way too long. I needed a short cooldown skill for that. Bro, come on, man. That's better. Yeah, I'll probably just beat the second form with the chicken. Oops. Thankfully, you are immune to fall damage as a chicken. Ow. where things get dicey. Oh. Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder bosses, and the fact that I don't have much damage is really making it more difficult. But nothing I can't handle. Well, anyway, that's gonna have to do it for me. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're able to learn something. Yeah, that chicken laughs at everybody. And rightfully so. Alright. That's enough out of me. You have a good night.